Jesus observes the Passover meal with his disciples. The time for the Passover celebration has arrived. Jesus is already being hunted by the authorities. He and his disciples know this, but they decide to share this perhaps last meal together. At this meal with his friends, Jesus will institute a new type of ceremony, and the covenant he makes with them will be sealed with his blood. And on the first day of unleavened bread, when they sacrificed the Passover lamb, his disciples said to him, "Where would you have us go and prepare for you to eat the Passover?" And he sent two of his disciples and said to them, "Go into the city, and a man carrying a jar of water will meet you. Follow him, and wherever he enters, say to the master of the house, 'The teacher says, where is my guest room, where I may eat the Passover with my disciples?' And he will show you a large upper room furnished and ready. There prepare for us." And the disciples set out and went to the city and found it just as Jesus had told them, and they prepared the
Take
Passover.
This, and divide it among yourselves. For I say unto you, I will not drink of the fruit of the vine till the kingdom of God shall come. That thou doest too quickly. This is my body, which is given for you. This do in remembrance of me. This cup is the New Testament in my blood, which is shed for you. Little children, yet a little while I am with you. A new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. Peace I leave with you. My peace I give unto you, not as the world giveth give I unto you. Let not your heart be troubled, neither let it be afraid. I came forth from the Father, and am come into the world. Again I leave the world and go to the Father. Behold, the hour cometh. Yea, and now is, that ye shall be scattered, every man to his own, and shall leave me alone. And yet I am not alone, because the Father is with me. These things I have spoken unto you, that in me ye might have peace. In the world ye shall have tribulation. But be of good cheer. I have overcome the world.
What actually happened in the Last Supper? To determine that, you will have to read the 4 gospel accounts in the Bible. But beware that the disciples used their narratives not only to report actual historical events, but to also interpret the significance of Jesus. For example, John uses the idea of Jesus' flesh and blood as food and drink in connection with the discourse after feeding of the 5,000 in John 6. He sees no need to repeat it in the scriptures at this point. The other 3 Gospels, Matthew, Mark, and Luke, link Jesus' death to the Passover by having both the meal and Jesus' death on the day of the festival. Remember that the Jewish day started at sunset. John does the same thing, but differently. He has Jesus dying on the cross at the same moment that the Passover lambs are being slaughtered in the temple. The 4 evangelists are telling the same story, but each in his own way.